Good morning, Patriots. JT here, Serenity Farms prepping. Let's do a little search. So we're on DuckDuckGo, typed in DoD directive, and 5240.01 automatically comes up because it's been in the news a little bit lately. Not as much as it should. So let's click on this one. And I've been researching it, so I'm already on the very important one, 3.3 levels of authority. Subject to paragraph 3.1, Defense Intelligent Components, DIC, may provide personnel to assist a federal department or agency, including a federal law enforcement agency or a state or local law enforcement agency, when lives are in danger, in response to a request for such assistance, in accordance with the following approval authorities. Now, you will notice that this has been updated September 27, 24, and then the Pentagon released this. Very unusual. All right, so the Secretary of Defense must approve it. And number one says that the SOD may approve any type of requested permissible assistance described in paragraph 3.2. 2. The decision to approve requests for these types of permissible assistance described in paragraph 3.2 to law enforcement agencies and other civil authorities are reserved to the Secretary of Defense. A. Provision of personnel to support response efforts for civil disturbances, which may also require presidential authorization. I wonder what we have coming. B. DoD response to chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, and high-yield explosive incidents. Interesting. C, and this is the one everyone is or should be talking about. Assistance in responding with assets with potential for lethality or any situation in which it is reasonably foreseeable that providing the requested assistance may involve the use of force that is likely to result in lethal force, including death or seriously bodily injury. It also includes all support to civilian law enforcement officials in situations where a confrontation between civilian law enforcement and civilian individuals or groups is reasonably anticipated. Reasonably being the key word here, if you ask me. Such use of force must be in accordance with DODD 5210.56, potentially as further restricted based on the specifics of the requested support. Okay, so does anyone besides me find that very disturbing? Basically, the administration regime has pushed the DoD permission to use military troops to assist civilian law enforcement agencies, state, federal, local, whoever requests it, as long as someone, hang on a sec, as long as someone has reasonably determined that there is the possibility of civil discourse, like rioting, looting, burning, assaulting, and murder in the Summer of Love 2020. I don't remember anyone being called to stop that. And in fact, local, state, county, mounties, police officers were all told to stand down and did so, going against the oath they take upon being hired. Now, over the last few, see, that glass porch is gone. Did up all the nice wood, new roof, just put that molding right there. Yesterday, I got to put 2 big solar panels up there. But I digress. The current pedophile regime and the head pedo himself, Joey Bag of Donuts, a couple weeks ago made a statement that there would be violence in the streets if Trump gets elected. Well, yeah, the Democrat shitbags are going to lose their mind. The Democrats will activate their BLM and Antifa terrorists, turn loose the 15-20 million illegal invaders, and who knows what else, because we did read that clause, biological, radiological, nuclear, and other explosives. Now, Hillary has also been out there talking about violence and needing re-education camps. And there are other scumbags out there that don't even care about that. They just believe anybody who votes for Trump or is incurable should be shot. Just imagine the horrors if some non-libtard was saying those same things about scientifically proven mentally disabled libtards. So even Camaho, in every word salad interview she has, makes sure that inserted into the bowl of her salad is the words Trump and violence, referring to Trump will cause it all, but we're the ones that are going to be doing it. Now, never in the history of the United States has the military been authorized to use force against civilians. That would be me and you. In their oaths, it was clearly documented that they could not do it. So what is headed our way, and we know something is. We've been preparing for years. We know, and we are so close now. We're less than 20 days. Something's coming. Now, some would say I live out in the middle of nowhere here, which is true, and that whatever happens in the big cesspool shithole cities, or even the small towns, which are at least 20 miles away from me, aren't going to affect me. And not directly like it's going to affect the people who are living there that are right in the middle of the rioting, burning, looting, assaulting, murders. No, not that directly. Somewhere down the road, if things go sideways with the selection, there may be folks that come hunting for us outliers. Oh, and I forgot to read one letter below the last one of the nuclear, biological, radiological were unmanned sources. Drones. What traitor Kenyan Hussein Obama Sotero Mike's bitch say? You'll never see it coming, laughs as he executes an American and murders other innocents. So, make no mistake, they will do whatever they think they can get away with. Matter of fact, they will do anything and don't care if they're going to get away with it. But this directive came out a couple weeks ago, and it got no attention from the mainstream, no attention from the Rhino Uniparty, and the Trump campaign has not even mentioned this. Now, there's two schools of thought on why he hasn't. Either A, he's the psyop that I likely think he is, or some people are making excuses for him like they always do, that if he comes out and actively starts speaking about this directive and what the Democrats have planned, because according to certain groups, he's way ahead of them and he knows everything they're going to do. So if there's violence coming, excuse me, then in his infinite 5D chess wisdom, he knows all about it. So wouldn't the appropriate thing to do be to warn the masses, with the M in parentheses, what he believes is coming? Now, that would be construed as fear-mongering, and the Democrats would go crazy with it. But at some point, you have to stop worrying about yourself and how it's going to affect your fellow Americans and the rest of the country if you say nothing. So I'm hoping that the reason he's not saying anything is because his team of dopes has advised him that it would create that last scenario I just talked about, and that he will see the error of the people that he surrounds himself with, although he didn't in 2016. So, yeah, I'm not a fan. Looks like we're going to get him, so I'll have to, whatever happens. I just need everyone to understand what this directive actually means, and it literally could be used by either side of the same side uniparty, in my opinion. Either way, just keep your head on a swivel. If you are going to go out and vote on November 5th, be especially alert. Situational awareness will be required. Who knows what's going to go on that day? If you can go out and vote early, like a lot of people are doing, it's early in my state, but I am going to wait very likely until the 5th, just as a show of strength that despite what all the deep state Democrats are trying to do, I will not be intimidated. But in the meantime, I'm preparing to not even be able to go into town on that day. So there is one reason to vote early. Because if millions of us wait until that day and things go down, voting machines mysteriously break down, kitchen sinks break, all that good stuff, then tens of millions of votes could be denied. So use your judgment. Do whatever you think is best for you. And hopefully by this time next month, I'm still making videos and we're still all talking, and hopefully nothing has happened. Alright, probably see you tomorrow. I got wood to stack. But for now, JT, signing off.